Out of all the balls I've tested in the past, this new Crumbsoft X, it's by far the best and the longest I've ever hit.
It honestly doesn't even matter what club's in my hand. Crumbsoft gives me the most consistency up and down the bag.
The thing I love the most about Crumbsoft is the responsiveness. You can hit all the shots that you want with it. It's not one-dimensional, it's multi-dimensional.
Back at the first green, Karan Malik, who had a superlative putt on the 18th, once again finds himself putting at least 14 to 15 feet or longer from one end of the green to the hole. And look at that, he's done it again. This is unbelievable. This man's putter's on fire. He's totally hot right now. Another scintillating long putt done with such ease and perfection. And Putraju is coming to check something there. So his team will be happy. Yes, Yogi. Karan's putter is on fire. 2 out of 2. Long putts, dead right. Team members must be very happy. So Golden Eagles, Ajay Anjaria and Karan Malik, with Goel Haryana punters Timmaya and Ramnivas. Some clarification with the referee there regarding a drop. So they've got their drop right now. The white marks all around there. So unfavorable lie for play, and after clarification with the referee, they've got their drop right, and the partners also marked adjacent. So Ramnivas, Goel Haryana punters with a putter from the back end of the green. Strikes down, but strikes a bit too much. I think it's run far, far away. Too much club on that. His putter had to go through the rough, so he felt he may have to strike it a bit more than necessary, but that was a bit too much. And now Sarda looking to mark within the permitted distance of the partner's ball. Since it's in the rough, it's a club length. If it's on the fairway or on the putting surface, I think it is 6 inches. So you can't go towards the green or closer to the green is what the referee is telling them. You cannot place it in that angle because that brings the ball closer to the green. So you need to keep it that wee bit straighter where the ball does not come closer to the green. I think that seems to be the discussion and the clarification. And the referee says, what I say is right. And this is what you got to do. So it's done. Now place. Okay. It moves and he will check whether it's fine. Seems to have got the green signal from the referee. And now we'll gauge the putting line. Sarda. Goel Haryana punters. Putting from the rough outside the green. In the meantime, a group walking on to the ninth as well. G. Kirloskar is a bit off. But the other team is very much on the green. In the meantime, Goel Haryana punters with the putt from outside the green. And it is, close to the hole. After the player moves out, so his partner can pick up and mark closer to him because he went way too far. Karan Malik finished for his team. The partner didn't need to putt because he got a superlative long putt. So a gallery view of our coverage. The first tee, the 18th fairway, the 9th green, and of course what you just witnessed, the first green. So 4 thumbnails now on your screen giving you a gallery glimpse of the live action. From the KGA, the KPL 2021 3rd edition, brought to you by the KPL committee. In the meantime, Suresh Joyce, G. Kirloskar negotiating the rough near the water on the 9th, playing with Pranav, and of course, INB Swingers President Dr. M.G. Bhatt and Ritvik Jha in them. So good, lovely lob there by Suresh Joyce. Beautifully lobs up onto the green, runs towards the hole. A round of applause from Pranav and of course Dr. M.G. Bhatt and Ritvik. So coming out well, Suresh Joyce punched it perfectly under the ball, lobbed up in the air. And now we should be able to see them hole out the putts. So I'm sure they'll go with Suresh's ball, which is closer. President M.G. Bhatt putting from just outside the green on the right. Under putting there, Dr. Bhatt. Just not enough to get it close to the hole. It was outside in the rough. There's a bit uphill. Needed to strike it a bit more, but left it too short. Just moving the marker now for his partner to get a line, because the marker was coming in the line of the putt. Ritvik now is looking to putt closer and in the hole if he can, as Dr. Bhatt left it wanting. Strike there by Ritvik, good one, jumps up towards the hole and it's in. What a putt there by Ritvik Jha. He has done it for INB Swingers. He just sank it in. He said, when in doubt, leave no doubt. Let's sink it. So after a couple of hours, a lot of putts dropping in. The morning started with putts missing and kissing and edging, but now the putts are dropping. So happiness at KPL when the putt drops in and the scores get better. Picture-in-picture view of the 18th approach. Suresh now, Honorary Secretary of the KGA, with the putter in hand, looking to hole out. Got a lovely chip from the rough close to the water. Perfect lob up towards the hole. Can he sink this in? And yes, he does. So he too, along with Pranav, complete the honors and the high fives around. And as they move from the 9th to the 10th, INB Swingers and G. Kirloskar, a wave of the hat by Suresh Joyce. After a few challenges around the 9th green. We are back now to the 18th green. You can see fans art, Eagles. Sanjay Singh and Karishma Tandon. And Anand Royalty, Joseph Matthias and Thomas MC on the 18th. Action from the 18th green where fans art Eagles and Anand Royalty in action. Looks like Karishma Tandon to putt. So Karishma Tandon now with the putter. Longish, 25-30 feet, but now we can't underestimate those kind of putts are sinking. So she has left it wanting, and I think Sanjay has finished closer, so they opt for Sanjay's ball, which is closer to the hole. Anand Royalty now with the putt. This one looks like getting close and stops just to the left of the hole. Giving the partner a chance to better it. Joseph and Thomas for Anand Royalty. Second attempt by the Anand Royalty player, again missing from the left. I think the first one was closer and better, but the players will take a call after getting a closer look. And yes, I think the first one would be the one they would like to finish with. And they can use that to mark the partner's ball. In case he misses, the partner needs to do the honors, but the chances of missing from there are pretty much nil. And they don't. So now fans are Eagles. Sanjay Singh, Karishma Tandon. Sanjay to go first. This too should not be too tough a putt. It's like a couple of feet at the most. Left-in-ish. And he sinks it, so Karishma doesn't need to putt. 10th tee. G. Kirloskar. Pranav on the tee box. Playing with Suresh Joyce. So definitely at a faster pace today in the scramble format. We're closing in at 10 a.m. and most of the teams are already on their 10th or 11th hole. Pranav off the tee, smooth swing, nice strike of the ball, should be well placed on the fairway. So the 10th tee box just cleared while we move to the 18th green. On the first tee, Karishma Tandon just teeing off. As we get a glimpse of the KGA clubhouse and the clock tower. Anand Royalty. Okay, that's the president himself, Dr. M.G. Butt, and a slight mishit, shanked it to the right, shake of the head on the 10th tee, what we call a duff of a shot. His partner, Ritvik Jha, after that spectacular putt from outside the green on the 9th, will need to give us a good strike down center. Okay, now Sanjay Singh on your screen, in the big screen on the first tee. Fans Art Eagles, Sanjay Singh. And Ritvik Jha. So you see picture in picture, first tee, Sanjay Singh strikes, and 10th tee, Ritvik Jha strikes. So two smooth swing tees and strikes, both in picture. Anand Royalty now on the first hole. Joseph Matthias, MC Thomas and Joseph Matthias for Anand Royalty on the first. Nice strike down center. Come on, he wants it better. So a long distance view of the first green, the first fairway and green rather, with the beautiful waterfall in the center of the pond. As we pan to the left to watch the approach on the ninth green, you can see Sridev Bhairappa there and Suresh Patil of the Basant Bitans with Vivek Verma and Major General Jaideep Mitra of the RBD Tigers marching up the ninth green, and there seems to be one ball in the center, and Sridev reaching out for his marker. So Basant Betans have found their way to the center of the green. Suresh Patil cleaning up the pitch mark. RBD Tigers have also come seemingly on the green, but to the far back end, and seem to have a very long putt of at least 35 feet, which has to carry over the hill and the mound in the center and then control the run down. So that's a pretty long distance for the RBD Tigers to negotiate, but studying the line up till the top of the hill and then the line down the hill, which will be pretty much at lightning speed, as is the case in KGA. The downhills are like super fast, and the uphills need to be struck a bit firm or they don't travel enough. So a catch-22 situation for RBD. But we have seen some terrific long putts over the last few holes. Two by Karan Malik, one by Ritvik Jha, another one by Sudarshan Mane. Some really long putts starting to sink and fall here. Round 2, day 1. KPL 2021. RBD. aiming pretty left. Negotiates the uphill. Gets the ball running down, but not breaking enough. So bringing it in much closer. Was at least 35, 40 feet away, and now is maybe 5 or 6 feet away. So covered good distance, decent line. The last mile didn't happen. Now the other player would attempt to get closer and better from the same spot. A single-handed putt, literally to let the arm flow, and definitely comes closer and better than the previous one. So a one-handed strike there by the RBD player after getting the line, letting the arm swing through and follow through, and now the decision as to which one is closer. In the meantime, Sridev Bhairappa and Suresh Patil would line up and gauge the line of their putt. Sridev striking downhill, and he is on line but just short. So it'll leave him with a tap in next, but he needs to mark and see if Suresh can do one better. Suresh Patil would attempt to sink it from there, and you can see action at the first green as well. Anand Royalty. Fanzart Eagles on the first green. RBD Tigers. Basant Betons on the 9th green. Suresh Patil on the 9th. Firmer strike, but this may be a bit too much and goes past the hole as anticipated. There had to drop in or hit and sink in. Same goes on the first, leaving himself pretty short of the green, I think, or the flag or the left. We have a player in the way, can't make out. So RBD Tigers now will attempt their putt. Again, the single-handed style of striking. Got success with the long one, but did not sink it with the short one. So now needs to mark it. Can't make the dicey mistake of tapping it in because that would negate the partner's score. So now the partner has a chance to finish it. If not, anyone can tap it in. This would be a regular two-handed putt. And misses it. Couldn't believe it. He was pretty sure he would get it. Any one of the two sinks is okay because the score's the same then. Sridev Bhairappa to complete the formalities. In the meantime, Team Obaku on the 18th with Epson. Chip going way past on the right. Sridev has done the formalities. On the 9th, first green, Sanjay Singh looking to putt. And we have action on the 18th with Epson and Team Obaku. So Sanjay Singh with his putt going past the hole again. And a wrap on his side. On the 18th, Rupa Pratap and Padmanabhan of Epson with Zafar Ahmed and Surendra KM of Team Obaku. So Rupa Pratap now on your screen, putting. Uphill, good strike towards the hole and in it goes. So Rupa Pratap sinking in that long distance uphill on the 18th. I told you the putts are now dropping, the long ones too. So her partner Padmanabhan must be thrilled. First green. Sanjay Matthias, Karishma Tandon. Karishma Tandon, fans art Eagles with the putter in hand. Finishes it for the team. Job done. Move to hole 2. Fans art Eagles. Anand Royalty. So action done at the 18th. Action done at the 1st. Waiting for more live action. Okay, 18th we have Team Obaku to finish. Zafar Ahmed and Surendra KM. Downhill putt from the left. Looking to get it from the left. And gets a good break, and it's in 2. What a pump of the fist, and it's happiness all over. So I think the 18th and the 9th seems to be happiness personified for the players. Long putts sinking, and sinking real smooth and clear for the players. So Team Obaku also a lovely putt downhill, perfect break. You could see the line. You could see the ball swerve and curve in and drop right in the center. And the joy. Glimpse of the second tee, where fans art Eagles and Anand Royalty are teeing off. So we have the lateral angle. Thomas and Matthias both teeing off on the second. Karishma and Sanjay will now do the needful as the cameraman pans the fairway, the second fairway, and gets us a glimpse of the lady teeing off. So Karishma has teed off too, as we pan back to the men's tee. Approach now on the 9th, right in front of us. Sanjay back to the second tee. Sanjay Singh striking off for the Fanzart Eagles. So Golden Eagles, KC Raju, Sham Power and Goel Haryana punters Mangesh Rathi and Pankaj Mittal approaching the 9th green. Pankaj with his layup, his approach of with maybe 140 yards away from the green towards the left center of the 9th fairway. Wanting to clip the approach, get it on the green. They both were at 24 points when I last saw, and that was after 9 holes. So they're now at least the 12th hole of their round with a good score, and after his practice swing, Pankaj Mittal now pulled it a bit left, a bit flat, but it faded away to the right. So it was a fade, but it did not make it to the green. It's either on the rough on the right or in the bunker. We didn't see where it landed. Raju and Sham of Golden Eagles with their fairway approach. This one hit hard, losing a bit of balance, and the ball coming to the back end of the green and running over into the rough. So landing on the green, but running past to the rough. The Golden Eagles ball. So the partner now is going to attempt from the same position. One partner landed on the green, ran over to the back rough. Can the second partner do better? The approach from the fairway. Golden Eagles. Smooth strike. Headed right. Is it coming in? No, it stays right, and it may be in the bunker to the right. Good putt, Miss Rupa, and captured on camera. Padmanabhan sir, great going. Mangesh Rathi and Pankaj Mittal. You can watch action on the 10th tee. So Suresh Patil teeing off on the 10th, followed by Sridev Bhairappa. Gets it out of the bunker on the green. Mangesh Rathi on the 9th, as that was the better shot. And Sridev Bhairappa. So the picture in picture showing you simultaneous two shots of different action. Sridev Bhairappa, smooth finish as ever. RBD Tigers on the tee at the 10th. Now, though Mangesh Rathi got a good shot out of the bunker, Pankaj Mittal needs to do the same to see if his shot is better. And it's definitely lobbed up better, but it is pretty much close to where Mangesh finished. So now they need to decide which is a better option to putt. Action now to the first one. Padmanabhan on the first tee, off the first tee, a bit low and down, not getting the elevation desired. So a close-up view with the chipper, and the chip getting the ball just out of the rough and getting guided by the caddy to move left, but it runs down beautifully. Didn't break more to the left. The Golden Eagles chip, but would be happy compared to where they were earlier. Now the partner needs to try and do one better. So scrambling on here. Yes, the golfers are definitely enjoying the game. Shankar Kanan. Golf is a beautiful game. And when you have a tournament like the KPL, with all the organizers, the team owners, the committee, the action gets sweeter and the fun gets more enjoyable. And this happens thanks to our sponsors. Callaway, main sponsor, in association with Irrigation Products International Private Limited, Gokul Das Exports Limited, IIFL Private Wealth, Tata Hitachi, YKKAP, Sitecare, Club Mahindra, Pro Cycle, Pernod Ricard, Bacardi, United Breweries, Kingfisher, Grant Thornton Bharat LLP, Atrimed Pharmaceuticals Private Limited. As the next chip now for the Golden Eagles coming up from the back end rough. Chipped, but chipped too less. Did not even make the top of the hill. So the first chip would be the option because that went down closer to the hole. This one online just missing from the left It was a lovely putt there. They went for Mangesh's ball option. Or was it Pankaj's ball? It was Mangesh's ball option, and now Pankaj will attempt to do the same. That one looked like it would drop, but took just the left edge and moved away. Now Pankaj would try to sink this from here. So all distractions of the cricket between India and New Zealand is done, I guess. So all eyes will now shift to the KPL. Nice to see sports lovers tuned in on a Monday morning. Okay, so it's the other way around. Pankaj's putt missed by a whisker, and Mangesh is going to try and make this count. Mangesh's putt is too firm. Did not get a chance to break and just carried on straight past the flag. Golden Eagles now with their putt. And he sinks it. So the partner doesn't need to putt, and good job done after that lovely recovery chip from the back end rough. So Goel Haryana punters now need to hole out. The Golden Eagles have done their bit. And since again it's Pankaj's ball which was closer, Pankaj will putt first. Pankaj Mittal, the Goel Haryana punters. Does it, gets it in, job done, move on further. Approach to the 18th now. Champa Kabra and Ajay Kharbanda of G. Kirloskar and Dayamai Tiwari and Nataphat of the INB Swingers. So live coverage there from the 14th green. Team August Johns and FNB Frontiers. Pramod Kurian and Surajit Thakur. And in picture-in-picture glimpses of the 18th green, where you have Champa Kabra and Ajay Kharbandov, G. Kirloskar and Dayamay Tiwari and Natafat of INB Swingers. In the meantime, Team August Johns putting on the 14th green. Right in uphill, maybe 3 feet. Taking some time and doesn't give it enough legs to get in. The uphill needed to be a bit more firm. The line was right, the idea was right. Execution just a bit less. So Joseph Raskina and Arun Srinivasan of FNB Frontiers are with the Team August Johns on the 14th green, as the next attempt to make that putt from the same point is underway. Champa and Ajay on the 18th with their putts. Can he do better? Strikes it a bit harder for sure and sinks it in. So straight and firm, right in and firm. That's what the caddy would have said after seeing the last putt just fizzle out a few inches ahead. Joseph Raskina studying the green, gauging the incline. This one going past the right edge of the green. Joseph Raskina and his partner. In the small frame, Champa Kabra attempting her putt on the 18th. And seems to have done a good job of bringing it within a couple of inches to the left. In the meantime, the other putt also falling short. So Champa will finish for G. Kirloskar. And they're done. You can see all the 4 frames now of our cameras in action. 10th tee, 18th green, 15th tee box. There is the 14th green to 15th tee box walkway. And this is the 9th green where some action is going to happen shortly, where Sudarshan Mane and Meena Prakash walking up the 9th green, playing with Nagarajan and Krishna Kumar of Team August John. Mangesh Rathi on the 10th. Team Obaku and Epson, that is Rupa Pratap Padmanabhan from Epson and Zafar Ahmad Surendra from Team Obaku approaching the first green. The 18th, waiting for the next group to come up. Mangesh on the tee, Obaku on the putt. So Mangesh hits it right, hits it right rather. And the putt on the first moving towards the flag, but way short. So let's move action now to the 9th green. where Sudarshan and Meena. Nagarajan and Krishna Kumar all lining up for their putts. So Team August John's putt just missing from the left by a few inches, and you can see Rupa Pratap lining up. To putt from outside the 10th, from the first, I'm sorry, the first from the first cut of the first, but again ending up very short of the flag, leaving herself with nearly 6 feet to negotiate in the next putt. Team August John, second putt from the same point on the 9th. The sun again has gone away, so leaving pleasant weather for golf. But this putt is short on the right. Sudarshan and Meena now would be looking at putting from a closer location. And it is Sudarshan's shot that is going to count first. Mane lining up. A strike downhill from the left. Is it going in? No, it misses from the left. So now Meena is going to have her hand at that same putt. Rupa in the meantime continuing with her putt on the first green. Can she sink it? And she misses from the left. Not happy at all, which means Padmanabhan will now have to go at that putt. Meena Prakash attempting the same downhill left to right line as was attempted by Sudarshan Mane a couple of minutes earlier. Can she sink that in? We've seen the ladies sinking quite a few long ones this morning, and this one is on track but moves away to the right and misses from the right. So does Padmanabhan in the upper frame. So suddenly, with the sun gone, the putts are not sinking. And it'll be still Sudarshan's putt, which they would like to take to finish this hole. And their team Obaku is attempting to putt out. So Sudarshan holds out, which means the FNB Frontiers hole out on the 9th and move to the 10th. And Team Obaku on the 1st, trying to close the action. Team August John on the 9th. This should also be a simple finish. Yes, it is. So that's done too. We get a gallery view of all the four. First tee, ninth green, first green, and the 10th green, all in one frame. Strike on the first tee. Ajay Kharbanda. G. Kirloskar. Timo Baku putting on the first and missing on the first. Missed from the right. So Epson and Timo Baku both need to finish on the first. They have a batch coming behind them in G. Kirloskar and INB Swingers. Epson has completed their putt on the first. Let's see what goes next. Obaku too will pretty much tap it out. And he does. So some ideation and conversation. Meena Prakash with the caddies. FNB lifestyle on the 10th tee. Strategizing. Meanwhile, the approach to the 9th green. Fanzart Eagles. And Anand Royalty. Vivek Rao, Sudhansh Mohan Kumar, Gopinath Ramlingam. The Fanzart Eagles approaching the 9th. Gopinath with an iron in hand. Approach shot. 60 yards. 70 yards max. Sudarshan Mane. 10th tee. In picture. Lobbed up there onto the green, landed just off, beautifully placed Gopinath. Lovely approach. Now his partner can attempt the same. The only thing he can do better is come a bit more right and closer to the hole. Otherwise, Gopinath's ball is placed perfectly for the putt. Ramlingam with his chip approach. And not enough. Goes short into the rough, maybe the bunker on the right, which means Gopinath's ball will stand. Landed just at the right spot on the green and ran further on, giving a straight line putt, maybe left inside, 6 feet to the hole. Sudhansh and Vivek. So the chip going past as the jet was flying over with a thunderous noise. The chip just went past the flag without much noise. Let's hope Mr. Rao can get a better chip closer to the pin. This is a much better chip, landing at the right spot and just coming close to the hole and stopping. So definitely a better place to putt from and an easier putt. In the meantime, Gopinath, who came straight up onto the green with his layup. That's the putt they're going for, the Fanzart Eagles. And we are having a look at the first green. From short of the bunker, Dayamai and Natafat. Dayamai and Natafat. INB swingers. Just behind the bunker, short of the first green. Looking to chip it onto the green. And with them, G. Kirloskar, Champa Kabra, and Ajay Kharbanda. Hit too firm, hits the toe of the club and runs past to the right. So a miss hit there. So Champa now on the green with the putter in hand. The first green. The competition sinking in now that we're in the second round. And those who go higher than they already were would feel more safe at the end of tomorrow, because that means that the third round would be to maintain the leads, because the top 10 go into the finals on the 17th. And the third round is going to be alternate shot. Right now we are playing a scramble. So many variants, many permutations, combinations. Can we see what the scores look like after this first green putts are over? We had a few changes in standings after some recalculation of scores and shots. And today, it's day one of round two. Morning batch teed off at 6:45 a.m. The next shotgun is at 12 noon, where another 72 will tee off. The much-awaited KPL third edition is going on smooth, and as that putt smoothly passes the left of the flag, a bit over and further than where Champa finished. So Natafat, INB swingers, outside the green with the putter, needs to negotiate a little bit of rough. The slight rough here, then the first cut of the green, so a slight punch, and it has punched too hard. And it's way, way beyond the flag, which means Dayame Tiwari will have to attempt. The initial punch is to get it out of that rough. Once it's out of the rough on the green, it runs smooth. But if you mishit or you overhit that punch or you punch it too hard, you could see what happened. It just took off and just kept going. So Tiwari looking to chip rather than putt from there. Maybe for some better control on the speed. Get out of the rough, halfway down on the right, but not breaking enough. So a quick chip, landing halfway down the green, but not breaking and not running too further. So now looking at the first green putting. Meantime, you can see Sanjay Paul, Fanzart Eagles on the 14th green from the left edge or the left rough, looking to chip onto the green, playing with Subbu Holla, and seems to have struck it too good. It was too much, and it's to the other end of the green. Went through the chip in a flash, but struck it too well. Wanted to just lob it up, I guess, to run towards the green, but still on the putting surface. What can his partner Subbu Holla do? So approaches on the 9th, the 18th, action on the first green and the 14th green, all happening here live at the KPL 2021 at the KGA. The president, captain, members of the managing committee, the KPL tournament committee, all putting their time, mind, effort in getting this beautiful tournament live across to all of you from the KGA. And this has been made possible thanks to our sponsors. Callaway, the main sponsor, Irrigation Products International Private Limited, Gokul Das Exports Limited, IIFL Private Wealth, Tata Hitachi, YKKAP, SiteCare, Club Mahindra, ProCycle, Pernod Ricard, Bacardi, United Breweries Kingfisher, Grant Thornton Bharat LLP, Itrimed Pharmaceuticals Private Limited. So Subbu and Sanjay, Holla and Paul in conversation at the back end of the green. playing with them. Anand Royalty, Aditya Goyal and Sanat Kumar. Back live here at the first tee box. Drive off the first tee. Goyal Haryana punters. The Golden Eagles. Rajiv and Sandeep. Goyal Haryana punters. Krishna Prasad Nishank. Golden Eagles. Off the tee. Golden Eagles. The first hole. So running along, Golden Eagles and Goyal Haryana punters. They have been given a time cutoff. So they need to pace up a bit more. So taking a run. Lovely view of the water pond and the water body between the first and the ninth fairways right here at the KGA. We have a batch walking up towards the ninth green and another batch which is making the walk down the first fairway. All eyes for the completion of this morning round of round 2, day 1, KPL 2021. So Mr. C.S. Subramanian of the RBD Tigers walking to the ball on the 9th green. The approach layup has overshot the green into the rough at the back end. Many of the players were ending up in that rough and needed to get a sweet up and down chip closer to the hole to lock in a good score. In the far camera, Nanda with her approach for the Basant Batons, and it's beautifully onto the green. And now Keshav is going to try and better that as well. Shift to the fairway next door. The 18th, Team August Johns, left of the green. Looking to chip on to the 18th green. Playing with FNB Frontiers. Team August John. Here at the 9th, Keshav. Keshav looking to approach. His partner Nanda has got a good placement on the green. Keshav trying to better that. And he is pretty much similarly placed on the 9th green. So both Keshav and Nanda of the Basant Batons well placed on the 9th green for the RBD Tigers. C.S. Subramanian and Gaurav Dev Burman are just over the green, playing from the back end, the rough, looking to chip up and down towards the hole, leaving themselves with a minimal distance to putt. C.S. Subramanian with his chip moving to the left, no break, carrying on straight and leaving himself with 15 feet from the right of the flag. Rahul Dev Burman now will mark
Good morning,
within a
ladies
club
and
length.
gentlemen. The briefing will start in 5 minutes.
So the briefing for the 12 noon shotgun will begin in 5 minutes is the announcement here at the upper deck. And as soon as these batches come off, the next set of 72 will be taken to their respective tee boxes for a shotgun start. Team August Johns putting on the 18th in the picture-in-picture, just going past the right of the flag. Playing with FNB Frontiers. Back to the 9th. Rahul Dev. Burman. Gaurav Dev Burman. That was in jest. G.D. Burman. So similar to R.D. Burman. with a putt from outside, on line, heading down. Will it? Want it? It doesn't. Keeps himself pretty short, but gauging the speed once it hits that downhill is a challenge. So well negotiated from outside. So Gaurav Dev Burman and C.S. Subramanian of RBD Tigers. Basant Batons. Nanda Patil lining up with her putt. Lovely approach from 60, 70 feet away. The team in the lead right now, Basant Batons. And coming close to the right edge, leaving herself and her partner with a tap-in, Nanda Patil. Keshav has the license now to go for it, because the partner is up and close. Keshav can go to sing it in. A bit of aggression can be shown now by Keshav as he attacks the hole from around 14 feet left of the flag. Flat terrain, marginally uphill, aiming left, but he chooses to miss it from the right. Well, the ball chose to miss from the right, and I think Nanda Patil was equidistant, so Keshav will just tap it in. So the Basant Batons finish yet another hole. I think they maintain their lead on the leaderboard. Golden Eagles shifted now, action to the 18th green. Aditya Royalty and Fansart Eagles. Sanjay Paul and Subramanya Holla for Fansart Eagles. And for Anand Royalty, Aditya Goel and Sanat Kumar. So that was the action on the 18th, which means they have 2 more holes to go, the first and the second, for them to finish. So we are at 12 noon already, which means there's going to be a slight delay in the tee-off of the second batch. The scramble was always going to be a longer format, but compared to last time, they are much faster, because there's a lot of assessing, gauging, picking up the ball, bringing the ball to your close to your partner's ball, and then marking it, measuring it. So definitely more time consuming. So Sanjay Paul, Subbu Holla, Goel and Kumar running to the first tee after finishing the 18th. In the meantime, the Golden Eagles at the 14th green in action. KC Raju, Sham Pawar, Mangesh Rathi, Pankaj Mittal. Wrapping up the 14th. So I'm sure the next batch would be delayed by 15 minutes at least, because there's still 2 holes or maybe 1.5 holes for many of the batches to finish. The sun now coming down strong on the KGA and the commentary box. As you can see, the Fansart Eagles players placing their tee in a hurry. And striking their drive within a few seconds or minutes of placing, which makes Sanjay Paul go to the right, not at all happy with where the ball went, and a run, a jog by all the players because they need to complete their 18 so that the other players can start their 18. Casu Marble Italia, Britannia Bourbon Birdies, Rosetta by Ferns, Promac Pin High, ASM Aces, Team Protec, Krishvi Dishum, Ramaya Royals, SNC Eagles, Anugraha Atria Power, Green Riders, Kaveri Express, all lining up for the action at the second half of round 2, day 1, KPL 2021. Golden Eagles on the 10th tee box, partnering with Karan Malik, Ajay. Anjaria striking off the tee. Stupid is what he's telling. The result of that shot. So a quick march, a slight jog, and if possible a sprint. That's the story of all the batches nearing completion. Eyes on the second tee over here. Okay, a quick check on who all are watching right now. We have a good number of viewers who are tuned in from the morning. So in the chat box, let's have a quick answer as to which is the team you're rooting for, so that we know which team has the largest fan following right here at the KGA YouTube channel. So those of you watching, type it out in the chat box. Which is the team you are rooting for here at the KPL 2021? Let's see some action from the chat box as well, as we are shifting action from morning round to afternoon round. So go ahead in the chat. Let me see some answers from the viewers of the YouTube channel. Say something. Okay, one answer already there. Mohammad Khurram says RBD Tigers. He's rooting for the Tigers. Good. We have one fan, one cheerleader for the Tigers. Mohammad Khurram online with us, waiting for responses from the others. In the meantime, FNB Frontiers, Praveen Singhvi, walking towards the 9th. Okay, Surya Maya says Fansart. So Surya Maya is for the Fansart Eagles. Fantastic. Praveen Singhvi, KV Rao of the FNB Frontiers with Ashok and Subramaniam of the team August Johns. Any other team members? For the second session, SNC is what Surya Maya says. Okay, Surya. So, two teams well spotted for the morning and the afternoon round. Fanzart Eagles in the morning and Surya Maya second session, SNC Eagles. So, an Eagles fan, I guess, Surya Maya is. Other viewers, tell us your favorite. Your favorite team, the team you're rooting for here at the KPL 2021. As a chip, a beautiful chip from the right of the green in the rough, pretty much the rough of the 18th. A lovely chip. Now Praveen is going to try and emulate. Oh, I think, yeah, Praveen is going to try and emulate. Rajendra Sachdev. Well-groomed golf course. Okay. Rajendra Sachdev is complimenting the KGA golf course. Thank you, Rajendra Sachdev. The second one seems to have overshot, so I think they will go with Mr. Rao's finish. Praveen overdid it a bit. Any other supporters of the teams watching? Type in the chat box. Which is the team that you are supporting? Let us know which team has the fans. So as the afternoon round is gearing up to start, okay, Prakash Nagesh, yes my friend, rooting for Rosetta by Ferns. Well, Prakash Nagesh, a member of the Rosetta by Ferns team, not playing today, but should be in tomorrow, I guess. But watching and rooting for his team, who should be coming up in the next 10-15 minutes. In the meantime, action around the ninth green. A few over chips, one perfect chip, one under chip. Praveen and Rao right now placed well. Rao's ball is well placed for a putt. Ashok Gopinath says, Pro Mac pin high rocks. So does the telecast and commentary. Thank you, Mr. Gopinath. It's a rocking golf festival here at the KGA, the KPL 2021. The managing committee, the organizing committee, the live stream team, all rock. And look at that chip, the chip rock too. What a chip, deserving that applause. Coming perfectly from the left, just past the pin. Kind words in the chat box. The live stream team appreciates the words right now, looking out for fans of the golf teams. So I've got fans of RBD Tigers. I've got fans of Fanzart Eagles, SNC Eagles. I've got Rosetta by Ferns. I've got Promac Pin High. Do we have any more support? So Sanjeev Gulati, nephew of Rajendra Sachdeva, playing. And Rajendra watching from Bahrain. Rao putting now. First up, 5 feet straight, maybe left in, flat terrain of the golf course. And he misses from the left. Tried a bit of leg side, but after that wonderful chip from the rough on the right near the 18th, the putt just passing by the left. Can Praveen Singhvi sink it in? Okay, the other teams are all they've all been taken to their respective tee boxes. The moment the last batch is off, we will hear the siren for the shotgun start. The match officials, referees, all moving around, checking if everybody is ready and in place. And in a while from now, oh there, Praveen Singhvi sinks it. So not letting the good chip go to waste. The FNB Frontiers. And a shake of the hand for the lovely finish there, but that's not the end. I think they have one more hole to go. Actually, quite a bit of golf for them. Oh, so they are done, I guess. They started from the 10th. RBD Tigers. Oh, my son, yeah, how can he go? So it's nearly wraps here on the morning round. The afternoon players patiently waiting at their respective tee boxes. We will see them live in action very soon. In the meantime, it's wrap up for the morning batch. Some more putts we can see in the far distance. The 10th green. You can see Golden Eagles and Goel Haryana punters on the 10th green. Ajay Anjaria, Karan Malik, Timaya and Ram Nivas for the Eagles and the punters. Okay, Team Obaku now. On your camera screens on the 18th hole. Team Obaku and Epson. Should be Devan and Puneet Ahuja and Sriram and Kiran. Those should be the four that are on the 18th. That means they'll have one more hole to go before they sign off. Back to our viewers. Those tuning in for the afternoon session. Which is your team? Which is the team you're rooting for? Five teams seem to have support. What about the others? Quite a bit of tuft of grass coming out of the course. But the ball has landed on the green. Team Oboku now from just the front edge of the green, opting for a putter. Looking to putt that distance of 25-30 feet. Struck well, moving left, and now seems to be turning past the flag. It was a longish uphill. And just went past the flag by, say, 3 feet or 4 feet. So now the partner needs to try and come closer and give Team Obaku a better chance. Taking his time, striking this online, but way too short of the green. Didn't have enough legs to climb the mount and stopped well short of the green. Team Oboku putting. Downhill 3 feet, right inside. No, it stays out, doesn't go in. Epson will now need to putt. But I think better you mark is what they're telling him. Mark your partner's ball at least adjacent. And if you want to tap out, yes, tapped out. So Team Obaku, they have one more hole to go, but everybody else must have finished their round. This 4-ball needs to just finish, and that'll be end of morning round. And Epson sinks it in with a fist pump. Happiness, joy. And now a run and a sprint. Run, run, run as fast as you can. The first hole and the first tee waits for you, man.
अब आप सोच रहे हैं कि क्या ये वाकई में इंडिया है? एडवेंचर स्पोर्ट्स, वो भी इंडिया में, जहां एक सितारा मुश्किल से दिखे, वहां तारों की चादर, नील गगन सा पानी, ये जरूर सपना होगा। क्या इंडिया के घने जंगलों में स्वीडिश मसाज? ना ना ना, नॉट पॉसिबल। वॉकिंग ऑन द ग्रेट वॉल इंडिया में हो ही नहीं सकता। जी हाँ, ये इंडिया ही है, क्लब महिंद्रा का इंडिया। देश भर में 60 से ज्यादा बेहतरीन रिजॉर्ट्स और 2000 से ज्यादा अनोखे एक्सपीरियंसेस के साथ क्लब महिंद्रा, वी कवर इंडिया, यू डिस्कवर इंडिया।
SiteCare Hospitals has a vision to redefine cancer care in our country. It is a patient-centric institution. We have sought to put the patient at the center and redesign every process that a hospital needs around the patient. Our primary focus is on clinical excellence in terms of bringing the very best medical talent from India and around the world into our hospitals. But most importantly, all this has to converge into a benefit and a superior outcome for our patients. While we try to provide the very best clinical care to our patient, the how, in terms of how that care is delivered to our patients, is equally important at SiteCare.
At SiteCare, we're all out to create a model of cancer care which is personalized for every patient. No two cancer patients are the same, and no two cancer treatments can be the same. We have brought in some of the best research protocols and evidence-based medicine into one single network of hospitals. We have a dedicated team of in-house organ side focused specialists who are full-time with us, creating the level of expertise that is necessary to deliver cancer care. All of that we need to put together and finally deliver a calm, tranquil and satisfying experience for every patient. And that is what SiteCare is about.
What's up, everybody? The future of golf has arrived. And Grant Thornton's teamed up with the best to imagine an even brighter future.
That's what we're trying to do, is grow the next generation and inspire them.
You just have to decide when you want to play, and nothing should stop you. Making it more inclusive for everybody from all walks of life and all backgrounds.
To keep driving the game forward, amplifying diverse voices to grow the game for everybody, everywhere. By seeing more new golfers on the course and using our platform for change.
Golf found me. I didn't find golf. I didn't go out, saying I wanted to play golf. I'm using it to build a conversation as far as to get more people to reinvent what's possible for them.
Everyone will feel welcomed in golf when we make it more accessible.
I think golf can open the doors a little bit wider to bring more people into golf.
Seeing new kinds of golfers and hearing their stories.
Golf has given me that last missing piece to feel good about who I was. And that's what I was missing before golf.
We can act together. Because at Grant Thornton, we know growing the game and how you do it turns change into a reality. And we are ready.
We're starting to trend in the right direction. And 10 years from now, we will see more diversity. The whole stigma that it's not cool, like you said, it's cool to play golf.
So let's imagine a new future for golf together and make sure it's a game to be loved by all.